Hey, what's up? I reviewed the movie Terminator 1. I'm just starting my Terminator 1. I'm gonna, you know what I'll do? I'll try to review the whole Terminator series in each movie, maybe. But anyway, the the I got through some of the movie and I took really detailed notes. Um, my YouTube channel. I mean, it doesn't. The movie talks about this. So let's see. And so I also, well, I'll get to this other stuff later, but for now, all right. So the Terminator movie, it starts out that, okay, man, where are my other notes? Got them. Hold on a second. Okay, so there's Sarah Connor. It starts out where she's riding her motorcycle to work, and there's this cheeseburger like like plastic mannequin looking thing, like it's like one, like they used to use those at fast food places, but and so then so she's driving to work on her motorcycle, and then she and I can do some. I've memorized most of the movie. You might want to try memorizing some movies, the ones you like. But the she gets to her work, and then she has like trouble at work and trouble with the food order, and they order other things, but she has to bring in their food. Then this little kid drops ice cream in her her like waitress uniform. Then she goes to the back room, and they've announced her death on like on the news channel, and and so then she's scared, and she go see the scenes are kind of out of order, but and then she goes home. So sometimes they do that in movies, and so then she goes back to her house, and there's this girl in a purple dress that lives with her, named, or a purple robe, named Ginger, and then Ginger is they're standing in their bathroom in the mirror, looking in the mirror, and then okay, so then the girl's boyfriend calls, and he this is important though. He starts like saying like a bunch of like sex talk to her, and she doesn't say, then, but she's really looking for the girl, and he doesn't care which one it is, and then so he so she gives the phone to him. But what's weird about it is he calls her Mikey. He calls the boy. She calls him Mikey, but then when she leaves later, she calls him Matt. Okay, so but it's confusing. So then she leaves, and she is in a parking garage. Oh yeah, and there's this is made, by the way. This was made in like 1983 or 1984. There's like a lizard or reptile or something, and Pugsley, and she that's Sarah Connor's pet, and then but the girl's mean to the pet, the purple robe girl with the curly hair, brown or brunette curly hair. So then by the Arnold Schwarzenegger's in this movie, and so this is the first Terminator. He was also the governor of California, if you didn't know. So then, Okay, so let me go to my notes. Oh, okay, that's later. Matt, Mikey, who is the... What's that? Doesn't... Okay, so... So anyway, what happens is she gets scared and about what they said on TV about her, so she calls the police, and then so they are at the police station, and there's a black cop and a white cop, and I also have quotes, and but what is he didn't. And so what's interesting too about these actors is you never know, they're actually pretty good actors, and you see some of these people, but they never were famous, you know, kind of like me. I'm not an actor exactly, but you know, there's a lot of people on YouTube saying a lot of things, and I, you know, like the guy, the white cop at the police station was also the android in Aliens. What is the press is going to be? He says, you know these. What? Where is the press is going to be short stroking it all over the place. Well, that's interesting. And that is, who is the one of them said, one of the cops said that. Then okay, so later it shows Kyle Reese. Kyle Reese looks a lot like some guy I know, or a mixture of the people I know. So it's really weird that you see this in the 80s, and this is, you can see that. And here's another thing, I can't help but mention this. In Aliens, there's this muscular guy that looks exactly like Barack Obama. I mean, his face, he looks really similar, except he's really muscular. He's one of the soldiers in Aliens. That's the second movie, but that's why. But anyway, this isn't just a. But back to the Terminator, there's so they got robotic. So but it flashed. Kyle Reese is also a part of the story, and he's trying, well, supposedly to protect Sarah Connor from the Terminator, who is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and so it shows him he's in the future, and it shows like these robotic like machines with laser beams, and they're crushing skulls. Like the tanks are running over skulls, but they're like, but this stuff is like really, I mean, advanced. Looks pretty advanced for that, but whatever. He goes to, so then he wakes up and he's dreaming in his vehicle / car, and then I talked about the roommate. So he wakes up. Oh yeah, and at the beginning of the Terminator, there's a black guy in a garbage truck, and then he's smoking a cigar, and then right next to him there's a lightning, and then out of the lightning appears the Terminator, and then in a different location, Kyle Reese appears from the lightning bolt or whatever, and he appears in another location. But the idea is that both. I mean, it's more than an idea now, isn't it? You know, now that we're talking about this, but you know, look into it if you want. But but it actually starts out with Kyle Reese is in a clothing store, and just keep in mind this was made in the early '80s. He's in a clothing store, crawling on the floor looking for clothes. He gets a coat, puts it on, and then runs through an alley. The cops are chasing him. Etc. So then, oh yeah, Ginger is the name of the roommate. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this whole movie if I can. Coffee's 2 hours. He says the coffee's 2 hours cold. Might put a cigarette out on it, or something. That's what one of the cops says at the police station. Sarah Ann Connor was the name in the phone book, but then there was a Sarah Louise Connor. So. There we go, there. But she's looking for her name in the phone book. I thought that was symbolic for YouTube, because that's what I'm doing, you know? I'm looking for my name in YouTube and my stuff online, but like nobody's ever knows about it. So, and then the black cop says something about the tube or something. So I think they, unless, I mean, this is assuming this is the original movie, but I think it is, and especially, I mean, a movie like this at least. And so they knew that they were going to develop the YouTube like 20 or 30 years ago, however long it is. Okay, so look for the name of the phone book. Anyway, so he's falling. Oh yeah, and then it was weird. There was a Super C Ranch sign right next to the where right before this is important. She goes in a club called T0ne, Technoir. I can't really yeah. So and it's the LAPD, and then it's I mean the movie's in LA or something. So and there was a 211 in progress at Bob's Liquor, and if you put the B upside down, it's a Pop's Liquor. So think about it. What's this other stuff? So Technoir is the club, and they're all dancing at this club, and she's there, and then she calls the police and says that they are that they announced all the stuff that they said on TV, and so she goes into the police station to hide from well, she doesn't know yet, but the Terminator has been sent back in time to murder her, or or whatever. So it's also a really cool 80s song. It's called Into the Sea. I looked it up and it said it was Intimacy, and then it says, but that's the I don't know what it is, but it's a good 80s song. But refrigerator, okay, yeah, I talked about, she's pulling out the food out of the refrigerator while she's listening to headphones, dancing, and and that was earlier on in the movie. But where's the rest of my notes? Well, I guess that's as far as I got, but I can tell you about the rest of the movie anyway, because I watched it, and okay, what happens after that? She's at the Technoir club. Then she goes to the police station and tells the story to the police. They say it's going to be safe, and they have 30 cops in this building and all this stuff. But then the Terminator breaks into the police station with his car or whatever, and begins killing everybody in the police station. So she hides under her desk, and while everybody in the police station is murdered, and then how does she get away? Oh yeah, Kyle Reese rescues her, and then they go like hide somewhere. He's got a car. They go somewhere, and but I'm gonna go write some more notes down, and then I'll continue my Terminator 1 coverage. And I mean, why not? I mean, okay. So let's just start with Terminator 1. Talk about I'll tell you the information, and you can make your own decision about the movie. Okay.